ponkwa itapinduka. Simbola ponkwa itapinduka.
Honorable Deputy Minister, Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Mr. Engel Nawadisep, the school, also the school patron, school board, parents, the manager from Telecom, Mr. Kopeti, all the way from Chuarongo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Allow me to give a short background of the school. This school was established in 2003 by a lady who came here for a literature program. Then he saw a need of a school here. Then a letter was written to the region. From there, the meeting was conducted between the headman and the inspector. By 2003, the school opened its doors to the learners. So this school, despite that, we have also challenges with this school. We have the first challenges of the know-how. The know-how of education by the parents is lacking. Grade 1 in most cases start with 35 learners. As they progress until the grade 6, we end up in most cases with few learners. That's why the school is not allowed to open to extend the curriculum to grade 7. So we have also another challenges in accommodation. Currently, we have to thank NITA, who accommodated us in their house there. We don't know how long we are going to be accommodated in that house. Only God knows. So we have also another challenges like the school in most cases relied on unqualified teachers. Despite the fact that the school is regarded as as most remote rural school and have the highest remoteness incentives, we fail to attract qualified teachers. We suspect, because of the long distance from town, bad roads, which leads to lack of transport. No internet, especially for young teachers. No proper telecommunication, etc. I hope the minister will answer that today. No role models, that is another challenge. In the history of our school, no learner reached grade 9. The only learner who reached grade 8 was Paulina Aironga. I think she is here. It was back in 2008. She reached grade 8. After that, 2 weeks she dropped out. But there also another positive aspect which keep the learners here at school. With the introduction of school feeding program, enrollment increased, absenteeism decreased, school dropout minimized. 2018, Tulipame is we're donating fruit and vegetables on weekly basis to supplement the school feeding program. 2009, Dadi Smelter Community Fruit Trust is helping the school with the food to the value of 800 per month from Tulipame Catering. So let me highlight some of the donations we received until now. We received a computer from former Tumep Mayor, His Worship, Egal Nahatishep, now current minister, deputy minister. A solar system to the value of 140 from the Smelter Community Trust. We received also financial assistance to improve passing rate of learners for primary school to the value of 8,000. In 2005, hefty group of companies donated 16,660. Non-power construction of this office was in 2015. Senoret electrifying of office and 1 block of classroom. This school fence was also fenced by Dandi's Precious Metals Tumep Community Trust. And also we have received a computer set this year to the value of 8,000. We received a photocopier machine to the value of 67,000, and many more. When it comes to academic performance, the school academic performance have been characterized by excellent performance, over 70% and above in all grades. In 2016 academic year, the school received a certificate and a floating trophy as best grade 1 to 7 remote school in the region. That is some of our achievements and the challenges. So I have known this minister, Mr. Nawadisi, back in 1988. He was a learner, a student at the Oshikoto Secondary School. I was a teacher at Apao. He was one of the founding members of NANSO, 1988. He was at the forefront of the liberation struggle from the learner side, from the student side. And after school, he joined NBC, A New Era. And one of the stories I remember he covered was the story about Savimbi, deep in Angola there. With his camera, he walked among the soldiers there with his camera. Fearless comrade. After that, he became a mayor in Tumep for quite a long time. And currently, he's now Deputy Minister of ITC. He is also a patron of this school since 2005. And let us welcome him now to the podium. Mr. Nawaji, sir, welcome him. Give him a big applause.
I would like to thank the principal for the warm introduction this morning, while at the same time recognizing the management of the school, the pastor who did the prayer this morning, the representative of Telecom Namibia, the community of Farm 6, the representative of NITA, including the parents, and most importantly, all the learners, the reason that brought us here this morning. And I'm very delighted, very extremely excited, and equally happy to be here this morning, first in my capacity as the patron of the Homxa Primary School, and secondly as a representative of the government of the Republic of Namibia. My relationship with this school started way back during the 2004-2005, an era when the former principal, Madam Ingrid Uiras, was doing duty here at this school. During those years in memory, I was en route to Windhoek, and I came across an accident which involved some American citizens who came to Namibia as tourists. And that very specific morning I was driving alone, and I assisted these tourists and escort them up to a medical facility in Tsumeb. Now, after they recovered and went back to their origin, their country of origin, the United States of America, these tourists wrote back to me, and as a token of appreciation for the assistance that I've extended to them, they asked me to identify a community project which was so close to me, which they could assist in return. And the first project that came to mind was the Khoeda Primary School. As far as I can recollect, the American colleagues sent a few dollars from America to be shared with the little ones here, which was enrolling at the time. I do not remember the amounts, but I can only remember that it was a small token of appreciation. The rest is history, but I continue to remain the patron of these vulnerable young learners of Khoeda Primary School. And as part of my fiduciary responsibility as the patron of this school, I continue to solicit support from sympathetic institutions and organizations such as Telecom Namibia to cover some of the basic needs that you may experience. Now, the reason why we, through Telecom Namibia, is donating the computer and the printer is for a very strategic and important purpose. Now, this donation will assist you learners to gain access to digital technology in order to develop your digital skills so that it can assist you to thrive during this era of a broad-based economy. With the introduction of the fourth industrial revolution, digital technology is of utmost importance, and we as learners should master the concept of technological advancements during this generation. Therefore, I urge the parents, despite their vulnerable status, to continue to assist the learners, at least just to bring them close to the school gates so that they can remain in school. I wish to recommit on behalf of government that the government will continue to provide through the school feeding programs the basic needs that the learners have in respect of food rations. That will continue. It will never be interrupted by this government. And I want to urge the learners to commit to their studies, because your future lies in your hand. You have destiny over your own future. So also make that commitment as learners, just to study hard and to excel academically. As I'm concluding, I would like to respond to the issues that were raised by the parents here and some senior members of this community in respect of the water scarcity and other issues that were raised regarding toilets. In respect of communication technology, Mr. Khoeda clearly outlined the dual purpose why he is here, and that is to assess what needs are there within that domain of telecommunications. Therefore, I'm confident that Telecom Namibia will enlist this community on their master list of priorities in respect of the provision of telecommunication services timeously. We have other telecommunications operators such as MTC and others that are privately operated such as MTN and others, who are also obligated by government to provide telecommunication services and the expansion of networks to ensure that the entire country, the length and breadth, all 14 regions are connected. So far we have achieved certain landmarks, and we can confidently say that government through these telecommunications operators have so far covered 70% plus networks within the entire country. Therefore, once our economy has recovered, government will commit more financial resources to ensure that the rollout towards the connection of all community is achieved 100%. Homxa Khoeda Primary School and the entire community over here resorts under the sub-national structure of government, which is the Nehale Bingana constituency. And each constituency, Nehale Bingana constituency in particular, is headed by a regional councillor who is supposed to equally do an assessment on the needs of the communities over here to establish the level of needs that you are sitting with. So in order to answer the parents that raise this issue, I can only say that from here I will ensure that I make personal contact with the councillor responsible over this community to pay a visit and to assess your needs for toilets and other needs that you have raised here. Now, I would just like to thank all of you for paying attention to the remarks and the message that I wanted to share with you. Our purpose of coming here is simply to hand over the donation that was committed by Telecom Namibia. Then, as I'm parting, by concluding, your principal also raised a very particular need that the community is having, and that is in respect of a sewing machine, which I want to commit this morning that I will personally ensure that the next item to be donated will be a sewing machine. That now will be from my pocket as a gift to the community for Christmas. Now, thank you.
Yamwe ya lema mekwa, Yamwe ya kaponge.